My name's Ryan. Hey. Thank God everybody's awake. All right, I'm not doing anything about genes or whatever other crazy stuff that I have no idea what was going on. I'm going to try not to move back and forth, but I've got ADD, so some of you might see me on the right side, and then I'll go away, and then I'll come back. So don't worry. If I get out of your line of sight, I'll be back eventually. Basically, my whole journey started in January. Couldn't really see anything, and yet I'm not reading anything, so I'm shooting from the hip, so bear with me. It just started by, like most of y'all have probably had floaters. I was like, this thing's annoying, don't know what's going on. Well, with me, I don't have insurance. Thank you, big pharmaceutical companies and everybody else. I can't afford it. Obamacare is $1,750 a month for me with a $50,000 deductible, so yeah, I'd probably have to pay for my eye surgery anyway. So we did anyway. But going back to the start, it ended up happening of the more the floaters kind of combined, it just went away. Couldn't see anything. I was like, well, got an eye infection. Yeah, I was wrong. Bad wrong. Went to Walmart. That's the greatest place in the world, right? Walmart. And the lady was just looking at my eye, and she's, do you see the dots, this, that, and the other? I didn't see a dot. I didn't see anything. So she goes ahead and does the bright light in my eyes. This one, she blinded me. This one, I didn't see anything. Well, I saw her eye get about this big around, kind of like that. She looked like this. She's like, hold on 1 second. I was like, wonderful. When a doctor tells you hold on 1 second and leaves, that's always the best thing to happen, right? It's like, hold on. So she goes outside, calls the Retina Institute of the Carolinas. Not great. So I go out there. She tells me up and down, I've got to go, I could die. I called her a liar 4 or 5 times, dropped a couple F-bombs, went anyway. So what ended up happening was, go to there, got another guy, looks at my eyeball, says, give me 1 minute, and he goes in the next room. He didn't realize that the walls are about this thin. He was on the phone with Duke University, where me and Melody and a lot of people are from in North Carolina. If somebody talks to Duke, you've got some form of cancer, and yeah, it's pretty bad. So I started Googling. Don't give me that look. Google's a good thing. So I started Googling. Now, granted, the first Google that I went after was OMF. Started looking it up. Then Ryan did the thing that probably most of us have done at some point. What's the survival rate? That's the one I had to keep from my parents. So basically, we tried to get into Duke. Duke couldn't do anything about it. Went up to Wake Forest. Wake Forest did the ultrasounds and the sonography thing and started sticking and prodding like I was having a baby in my eye or something. So basically, they were like, Ryan, you've got a tumor that's 10 by 20 by 6 or something like that. Sounded like a bunch of building materials to me. Didn't matter to me. Like, let's go. What do we need to do? Well, you've got a choice. You can try the plaque, or you can do eye removal. I didn't know what plaque was. Google. Made the bad mistake of actually looking it up on YouTube. There's a video that shows the entire process. Yeah, I like gold, but I don't like it attached to my eye. But then basically I found Melody. I started talking to her. She got me coordinated with a few patients. And basically what I did was ask some that had inoculation, ask some that had plaque. What happened? Everything that I heard with plaque was life is this. One day you can see, one day you can't. One day you see 4 people, one day you see 2 people. And that was kind of the common thing between everybody that I talked to. Then what I learned when I started talking to the doctor was, what are my choices? Like logically. Doctors don't like giving you straight answers. They talk in circles. When you call a doctor out like I do, because everybody that's met me, talked to me, seen me, yeah, I don't play around. If you've got something to say it. Doctors don't like to hear that very much. So I told him, I said, shoot it to me straight. I ain't got time for the BS. Eye gone, gold thing on the back. He said, it's your choice. I said, all right, well, Can we put my eye in a jar and I can put it on my desk? Excuse me, no, that wasn't an option. Supposedly it has to go to some other doctor to get checked on, but I wanted to keep my eye. I don't know where it's at. Hope somebody's taking care of it. But basically, once that happened, then with the help of Melody, it was, what do I need to do now? Where do I go next? And I'd seen a lot of people on Facebook forums and stuff like that. They're on antidepressant medications and stuff like that. That's not me. When I got diagnosed on the 8th of March of this year, from the 8th of March to the 10th of March was the time that my family, my friends, and everybody else was going to cry. They were going to moan, cuss God out, cuss Allah out, cuss whoever they wanted to. After the 10th, it's over. There's no more emotion, no more anything. Because the first thing, get it out of the way. Once that's out of the way, you can be happier, and every day is when you wake up, that's the best day of your life, because you're waking up. I only see half of the day. But the thing is I've told Melody since day one, I'm doing it on my terms. There's not a doctor in a white coat that's going to tell me any different. It's my way or the highway. The eye didn't process that right, so it's up the highway now, in Raleigh, somewhere near Melody. But what ended up happening was I went to the prosthetic doctor. Okay, we can get you a new eyeball. Great, how much is it going to cost? Because I got to pay out of pocket. $6,000. No, that's never happened. Not for a fake eyeball. If I got a real eyeball, yeah, it's worth $6,000. But a fake eyeball, it gave me the opportunity to be me. It gave me the opportunity. God had his shot. Well, sorry, religious people, God lost that battle. So it's my turn to pick my eyeball. And now with the Bayern Munich eye, which I had to get permission from Munich, Germany, they gladly did it. Now my passport says one eye is Hazel, the other is Bayern Munich. Don't know if it'll work. Too bad. But basically with this eye, it caught on to the soccer community because there was a guy that had ocular melanoma that created the FIFA video game. He was the creative director. He's a really big person in the world of soccer. My eye kind of followed behind what he had started in the soccer world. Right now, my eye has hit 126, roughly, with a few change, 126 million impressions. I'm only about 10 behind that lady with that funny mask. My goal is to have my eye outdo the Chewbacca mask lady. But the more and more it happens, my main goal was, with this eye, I'm not back into normality. Fox Sports did a video. They asked me why. I said, if I got a regular eye, I go back into normality. I look like everybody else. Nobody's going to ask me, hey, what happened to your eye? They're just going, people nowadays are just going to be looking at you like, dude, that guy's got a weird eye. Is he looking at me? Is he not looking at me? That type of stuff. So I got the eye that I got because when somebody walks up to me, oh, that's cool. Is that a contact? No, it's a prosthetic. Can you take it out? God, no. Don't know how to put it back in. I've put it back in one time, forgot the lube. Yeah, probably shaved about an inch off of my brain, but I'm not 100%. But the thing was, patients would call me, Melody would send them to me, I'd have other organizations that people would call me to ask me, how do you do what you do? I can't control it. The first doctor that can tell me that I can flip that switch and stop the metastatic changes or stop anything else, that's when I'll start worrying again, because it's where's the switch. But right now, I can't control it. So scan anxiety, don't care. If I go in there, it doesn't matter. I can't control it. I've already looked towards the bad. It doesn't affect me anymore. I've done a lot of research, a lot of theories. My grandmother has been a nurse for probably 60 some odd years. She's done this with kids, family that lose people. I've done it in the military. The veterans And cancer patients are kind of along the same lines as with their mental health. Once you start kind of correlating it, it's kind of the same. When they come back, they've got PTSD. A lot of us have PTSD, just not from something blowing up. So a mentality change isn't something saying, just ignore it. It's just make your peace with it, and make your peace not as you go, but make your peace with it at one time. You can grieve throughout the process, that's fine. Just don't overly grieve. People shouldn't have to be on antidepressants, anxiety medication, not with people in here. If you can call anybody out here at any time of the day, why do you need a pill to change the way that you think? If I can call Melody, she hates when I do that. But she also has broken a couple windows because of me. But when you can call somebody when you're feeling bad instead of having to take a pill, I don't understand that person. Because I've seen buddies that I was in the military with just full of Prozac. What's it say on the side of a bottle of Prozac? That's what they give you for depression. On the side of it, it says if you start feeling like you want to commit suicide, stop taking it. Why are they giving it to people that's what they're thinking to start with? It's kind of stupid. So it's what I see in both lines from veteran people that I know and patients that I know is a correlation of promises and pills. It's basically what, as far as mental health of a patient and a vet, it's the same thing. The government gives them promises, gives them pills. Here, it's sort of the same thing. We hear promises. We know it's going to eventually happen. Whoop, break that. But we know it's eventually going to happen, but we don't know when. So it's just enjoy everything now. And one of the examples I gave, if somebody had $100,000 in life savings, say somebody could give, and some of these doctors are going to hate me, but oh well. But if somebody gives you $100,000 of your life savings, a doctor can say, hey, come to my hospital in Miami for 6 months. We can give you 6 months, maybe 2 extra ones, if you stay here and do the treatments and this, that, and the other. But you have to be in the hospital for 6 months. It's going to cost you every dime you have. It'll earn you 2 extra months, but it's in a hospital room. Would you rather do it that way, or take that $100,000 and go on a family vacation? Create memories. Be happy. My family would rather see me getting kicked out of Disney World, Universal Studios, I don't know, that type of stuff, before they want to see me hooked up to a bunch of machines the last time. So that's all I'm saying. And if anybody wants to talk to me afterwards, or if we have questions, feel free to ask. If you don't like what I'm saying, tell me that too. I'm not going to listen. I might turn a blind eye, but yeah, y'all saw the depth of that perception, didn't you? But I mean, the thing is just be happy with that you're here. That's all I'm saying. Make sure y'all watch Bayern Munich play. If you don't, once again, blind eye thing. But they're supposed to be doing another thing on my eye and ocular melanoma on Fox Sports again this season. So the more people I can get information out there, and real quick before you kick me out, give me 2 minutes. With all the big time doctors here, with the depth of knowledge, one company in particular is called Peak Vision. They contacted me when they found out about my eye. They're out of the UK. And this will help a lot of the doctors. They basically have an app. It clips on, it's an app that you can go anywhere in the world, doesn't matter where you're at, without internet access, with internet access, and they can do full-on vision tests. The thing that we always say is dilated pupil exam. They can do those as well. They can look in the back of your eye off of a cell phone. They have a magnifying thing that slips onto the cell phone that magnifies the flashlight to be able to record a video of the back of your eye and pictures of the back of your eye. So what they do is saves onto the phone, onto a memory card. Then when they get back to internet, they can send it to Dr. Sato, they can send it to anybody in this facility. They can diagnose it. Hey, if you're in South Africa in the middle of nowhere, get him to Johannesburg. He needs his eye removed. Take that eye from South Africa, send it to Duke, send it to Miami. That's more things that we can do to find out anything. It'll help research, it'll help patients, it'll help everything. So I've got a call with them on Monday with the CEO. He wanted to talk to me. So with grants of permission, I guess, I'm going to get some doctor's information to send to him because that's what they need. I mean, and if it's that portable and stuff like that, I'm 100% on board with doing that. So, but y'all have fun, wake up, yell at me. If y'all throw this at me, you're not getting it back. This is really cool. So, but thank y'all. That's my story. Y'all have fun.